Hey guys, Norm with the Bear Bull Traders. It is Wednesday, April 17th, 2019. Quick recap for today. Before I jump into that, just a reminder that the Bear Bull Challenge Part 2 starts next Monday. The first week will be the practice week. The week after that, I believe it starts the 29th. That week will be the challenge week. You can win Andrew's travel laptop setup. And it's going to be on a consistency-based award, not just highest P&L, low float, take one, win the thing in one trade. Get lucky. The other thing, too, is we're going to have an Ask Me Anything with Brian and myself next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on the 23rd, April 23rd, so check that out. Anybody new into trading, I'm just coming up on a year of live full-time trading. So, check it out. Ask us questions and see what we'd love to see if we can help you. Anyway, on to my recap for today. I took two trades. I hardly ever trade pre-market. I wouldn't say it's a rule necessarily, but I stick with it most of the time. It just, frankly, I find it doesn't usually work for me. Today, Qualcomm was up huge. It was up 20+%, maybe even 30. Yesterday, throughout the day on News with Apple. This morning, it was gapping up another 10% or so when I saw it. So, pre-market, the volume here, it had traded over 11 million shares at this point when I saw this. So liquidity-wise, which is why I don't like to trade the pre-market, really wasn't an issue. I mean, that was like something trading in the middle of the day. So it looked a little extended here as it got over 80. Saw it top out here, tried a second time to get up there, couldn't break it. I took this short, tiny position size, and it was really just a scalp to see if I could get through some of these moving averages before I got out of it. My stop, like I said, would have been break of that previous high. It was a small enough size that even if I got squeezed or got some slippage, it wasn't going to hurt me. It wasn't, I was just kind of messing around with it. So it dropped and I got out of it. I think I got filled here around 80.45, if I remember correctly, and I got out of it in the 79.20. So a little over $1 move on it. It was a good, quick, fun trade, just to say that I was able to trade Qualcomm. This thing moved so much in the market once it was open with even more volume that I just didn't, it was a little scary to trade, frankly. You could take a smaller size and deal with it, but I know some people did, and they were really just scalps. I mean, that's pretty much what I did in the pre-market anyway. So my second trade was on Apple. Apple was up strong. The market was really strong prior to the open. And, then there came this quick just flush. And I don't know what news was out or what was going on, but I thought, okay, this might be, a lot of times you'll see this run up and then it's already extended when the market opens and it's just kind of worthless. So I scaled into this position. This was not averaging down. I planned when I took this first one. So my full size on this I was going to take, period, was 300 shares. No matter what, 300 shares. I took 100 in each of these. 300 is actually the smaller of two sizes I usually trade on Apple, given how much risk I need to give, or how much room I need to give a stop and everything else. But, I didn't know if I'd get a chance to buy this buyback or drawdown again, or this pullback again, or not. So I went ahead and took a chance. And then right at the open, I bought two more pieces of it. And I'll show you why I was interested in this trade. We talked about it pre-market, that Carlos and I in the pre-market show talked about how this really looked like it was about to break out. Apple has run up big since its low, I guess, at the end of last year or so, December. And it's run up big, down from, 143-ish, 145-ish. And it's then consolidated right here at 200. And it's tested and gone back, tested and gone back. Well, yesterday, or this morning in pre-market, at some point it had tested this moving average on the daily. And I was like, this thing looks like it's set up, it's consolidated. And Carlos and I said, it looks like it's ready to break out. So That was the plan on the trade I took. So that's why I was willing to take this, and because I didn't know if it would fall for a little bit longer than this or not. So I loaded up as it came down real quick, and I had a feeling it would be very fast. Really didn't come, I didn't have a concern about stopping me out for a little bit. I had a little bit of room left in here. If it came down low of yesterday, then that might have, been close. But luckily it stopped right before that. Anyway, so then it got this wonderful bounce. I took my first partial as it broke through pre-market, or as it got to pre-market high here. And then it broke through, and I was expecting a bigger, faster move once it broke the higher pre-market. Didn't get it, so it kind of hesitated. I took some out, and then I took one other pop over 201 on this. So I was down, and I had about only a third of my shares remaining. So this buyback, I moved my stop loss to my break even. Never came close to it. I think it got within like 40 or 50 cents of it, if I remember correctly. And then so I saw this come down, and I was watching the 2-minute at that point. So I saw this pull back down, and this was a pretty hardcore pullback. But when I saw the daily level it touched here, put a hammer on the 2-minute. Once it made a new 2-minute high, I thought, okay, I'll give this a shot. It was also it bounced off these moving averages on the 5. So I actually re-upped my position to almost my full size again, letting it run. My eventual target on this was 202.50. Unfortunately, I had to take my dad not unfortunately, I had to spend time with my father, but unfortunately, my morning was cut short because I had to leave about 10:30 Eastern. But I thought this would run to break that recent high right around 202.50 to 203 was where my eventual target was, and it's just breaking through that right now. So I had to get out of this trade a little bit more quickly than I'd like to have, but still, I got a couple of bucks out of it, and it turned out to be a nice trade. The other thing I want to say is I haven't recapped in a couple of days. I haven't been feeling great myself. My back went out last week, so I've been trading minimally. I had a minimal small green day on Friday, small green day red day on Monday that was essentially a wash from Friday, and then I had a pretty not great red day yesterday. I was negative 600 essentially. So, but the other two were small and a wash, and then that was my biggest red day I've had in a while. Like I said, when you don't feel well, you're not sleeping well, things like that, a lot of times you don't trade well. So I felt a lot better this morning. I knew my morning was going to be cut short, but trading was back on par. So, still for the month, I'm happy with it. I wish yesterday I'd have kept in control a little bit better, but that's all right. It happens. Get back and build a day next, small green day next after it and get over it. Move on. Anyway, thanks for watching. Trade safe. Take care, guys.